All right, shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Chakorash. Giving double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Peace and salutations to the Akim, the brethren out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth in 100% sincerity. And peace and salutations to the few and sincere sisters who believe in this gospel, right? So, I want to entitle this video, "The Lord is fattening up Eve and Esau for grievous perils," right? For judgment. Now, I got two videos here, and these two videos are about Eve, but we know with the rise of Esau, Eve has basically conspired or joined hand in hand with Esau to really destabilize so-called black men, Israelite men in general, right? And now with this whole Meg Thee Stallion situation and, you know, Klay Thompson allegedly cheating on her, which I seen a video yesterday of the girl who I'm guessing was accused of her cheating with, you know, saying that they wouldn't even, you know, they wouldn't even fucking around, nothing like that. They might, you know, they friends because she was in the WNBA, she is in the WNBA and he in the NBA, but they've never messed around and nothing like that. And then that bitch Meg Thee Stallion, she's been proven to be a fucking liar.
Vehicle before driving.
You know what I'm saying? She's been proven to be a fucking liar, right? But that's the focus of what Jake is focused on, not realizing that this devil is passing legislations behind your stupid ass fucking backs, right? And this is what people are worried about. And you got Eve, because I seen some clips and I want to do a few videos, right? But you got Eve going on social media speaking very proudly, right, with this queen mother goddess bullshit, talking about the creation has never been more powerful than the creator, than, men, you need to humble yourselves. They really talking to Jake, right? Mind you, when these women say this stuff, when they talking about, and I'm speaking on Eve, when Eve is talking about you men need to humble yourself, you know, you're below the woman, the creation is not better than the creator and all of this shit. Please mind you, they're only talking about you, Jake. They're only talking about you. They're not talking about Esau, because they suck his dick all fucking day. They're not talking about Esau. They're talking about you. You so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American men. They're talking about you and only you, right? That's all. You're the only ones that they're talking about when they say this shit. Please know and understand that, right? But they've been online speaking hella proudly, and I've just been running across video after video after video that's just vexed my spirit, right? Because here it is, you women would not have, here it is, number one, Esau would not have this society if it wasn't for Jake. The society that we live in today, because what I was finna say is you women wouldn't have the luxuries that you have with cars, trains, transportation, the food, you know, and the convenience of you being able to get everything. You would not have that if it was not for men. But going even deeper, you wouldn't have none of this shit if it wasn't for Jake. Because Jake was the one who built the foundations of this very country that you live in and enjoy all of these luxuries that you have. Jake is the reason why for that. Jake is the reason for that. Because Esau would not have what he had if he didn't use Jake to get it. And the only reason why this motherfucking devil was able to get us in slavery and in captivity was because Yahweh Bahashim lifted, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah lifted him up lifted up him to put us in servitude. But the real reason he was lifted up, so he can get fucking judged, nigga. But you bitches don't understand that. But you about to see. You about to fucking see. But let's go ahead and get into this video.
Why is everything in religion so male-centered? Why do they always make it seem as if the woman is so unclean? Oh, if she's on her cycle, she's not clean. Oh, there's no way a woman could run the church. A woman can't be in the pulpit. And why not? You all have missed the mark. You had to come through the woman, to even get here.
Here's the thing, bitch. You wouldn't have never been able to you have to conceive seed in order to bring a human being throughout the earth. I mean, to bring a human being into the earth, right? See, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, and what pisses me off about these videos that these women make is not. I don't give a fuck about women saying whatever the fuck they want to say, right? They can say whatever the fuck they want to say. You know what I'm saying? They can do all of that shit. What pisses me off is that these women want to be men so bad. You want to have a dick so bad.
Your vehicle before driving.
So bad that you completely disregard your own value. Especially this nigga woman. She completely disregards her own very value, where if you would just step in and embrace your value, your role, right? Being in alignment with the man, following his lead, aiding in his mission, being under submission to his mission, right? Shit would be a whole lot better for you. But all of these women, look at, you see her, right? With her cute little bald head ass. But she hurt. You know what I'm saying? She's hurt. And a lot of these women who get on here and express this type of stuff online are really just women who've been hurt. They don't understand men, right? And have even been misled by particular men as well, right? Because, you know, we live in this, we preach a ministry where we hold all parties accountable. We hold you women accountable, and we hold you men accountable. Yes, it's a lot of niggas out here who don't know how to fucking lead. It's a lot of niggas out here who mislead women, a lot of times unknowingly, but sometimes purposefully. But it's also a lot of women out here who run into a man who knows how to lead, right? And you got this queen mother goddess bullshit in your mind and in your head, and it fucks you up when you see you can't control a strong masculine man. And you think that a strong masculine man is supposed to submit to you, and that ain't how it go, baby. That ain't how this go. But let's keep watching.
You all discredit the woman so much.
And again, no one discredits the woman, right? We're just telling you, embrace what your role is. You're not a man. You're not as strong as a man. Well, let's keep going.
You make the woman seem so dirty. No wonder some of y'all can't understand why you don't like women. That shit been trained in your mind. That's what's going on. Why is...
All right, that's that one. Let's go ahead.
Don't let no motherfuckers take
Look at this one.
All right, I want y'all to ask yourself this question. When has a creation ever been more powerful than its creator? I want the men to ask themselves that, because it seems to me that you guys have lost your way. Last time I checked, you got here through a woman, not a man. So ask yourself, what creation supersedes its creator?
You see that at the end? Humble yourselves. Mind you, please know and understand, she is only talking to you Israelite men. She's only talking to you. She's not talking to Esau. She's not talking to the men of these other nations. She's only talking to you. Because she'd never go to Esau talking this bullshit. She would never dare in her fucking life go to Esau talking this bullshit. She's only talking to you Israelite men. She's telling you Israelite men to humble yourselves. Right? We only, true men of the Lord, true men of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, we only humble ourselves to Yahweh, Wah Yahweh Shah, and the ministry and the brotherhood that he has given us. We don't got to humble ourselves to you women. It's not what we got to do. It's not what we're required to do. That's not a part of our mission. Our mission is to preach this word and to warn you stupid hoes, right? And yeah, I'm saying it, you stupid hoes who talking bullshit like this, right? If you don't get your mind right, if you don't get your spirit right, it's a judgment for you. Because y'all are not ready for what is about to come. What's about to come? Isaiah 4:1. But why is Isaiah 4:1 about to come? Because of judgment. Judgment, right? Slovakia. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11. And we start at verse 3. It says, "But I will have you know that the head of every man is the anointed Yahweh Shah, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahweh Shah is the Most High." Why is the head of the woman the man? Right? Why is the head of the woman the man? Because as women, you need men, you need structure. Women don't innately have structure. You know how we know that? Because women are talking about all of this patriarchy and everything like that, right? But the so-called black community has been a matriarchal community for decades now, and look what's happened. When men were the leaders, and when we were under a patriarchy, what happened? We had self-sufficient communities, we had towns, we had businesses, we had resources, right? Now, because we're under these curses, those things have been stripped from us. And now, since this devil has figured out the ultimate way to pit the woman against us, now we see what we've been under the so-called matriarchy, right? With women being the main heads of the community, being the men heads of the household, single mother households and everything, right? And what does that produce? A lot of men who come from single mother households, and even men who are raised by two-parent households, but the man was being run by the woman. You see a lot of niggas out here being emotional, crashing out. You see a lot of violence. When you look in the hood, right, what do you see? Violence, robbery, thievery, immorality. And who's at the head when you go to the hood? You see a lot of single mother households. Because without the man, there is no structure. Without the man, there is no guidance. And not to say that there aren't any exceptions out there, but women do not produce leaders of men. Women don't produce that. Women produce assimilators. That's I'm probably making that word up. But women produce men who assimilate or destroy, be destructive. That's why the men are the head of the women. That's why the man is the head, because the man provides structure, guidance, protection, not just physical. Women need protection for my own goddamn self. See, real women understand that they can be emotional and that they can make emotionally driven decisions at times. And real women understand that she needs a man to bring balance. She needs a man to bring balance, to bring another perspective, to bring another viewpoint in the situation, into the equation, that can give her, allow her to see things from a different side, right? Anyway, let's keep on going, right? Let's skip down to verse 7. It says, "For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of the Most High, but the woman is the glory of the man," right? "For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man." Right? The woman was created for the man. Women don't want to, women in her right, and I'm saying women, not hyenas, not Jezebels, not goofy bitches, but women want to be a part of what a man has going on already for himself. And a real woman can see that, and she wants to aid in that. She wants to be a helpmeet. She wants to be a helper. Because she knows that that comes with a covering. She gets benefits from that. Right? It says, "For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman," right? Because we do need each other. The Lord said, "Be fruitful and multiply." We can't bring about the earth without women. We can't multiply through the earth without women. But there's an order to it. There's a structure to it. The Lord has put in a natural structure for that to happen. Right? It says, "Neither the woman without the man in the Lord," right? "For as the woman is of the man," come on, stupid ass mother. "For as the woman is of the man, even so is the man also by the woman, but all things of the Most High," right? That word "by" meaning through, meaning we come through the woman. That's true. Yes, we do come through the woman. We do come through and are birthed by women. That is true. But the living part of that equation comes from the seed of the man. The egg just sits there. The egg is not living in the way that a man's seed is living, because the seed has to live or has to get to the egg. The seed has to get to the egg. And when you put a sperm cell under a microscope, you see a small light. That's life. That's life right there. Right? Here, let's go here. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech, right? See, you women, you talk all this bullshit because you have the luxury to talk this bullshit. The luxuries that were given to you by men. Y'all wouldn't be talking this bullshit if it was a real dog-eat-dog society out here. Y'all wouldn't be talking this bullshit. Right? It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you, and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Right? It's going to be a time of hardships and judgment for a lot of you women out here who talk all this bullshit, who talk proudly and speak against men, especially you speaking against the men that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah has given you, so-called Israelite man, so-called black man, Mexican, Native American, Hispanic man, right? Let me close out with this, right? This is Micah chapter 7 and verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets, right? So a lot of you women talking all this bullshit, talking this mess, telling men we need to humble ourselves and everything because we don't want to submit to you and whatever the hell you think, you know, that queen mother goddess bullshit. Y'all really, women really think that they're supposed to run men, but then when they get a man who they can run, you disrespect them, you mistreat them, you cheat on them, you do all type of vile bullshit to this nigga, even in some cases get this nigga killed. That's proof right there, because that happens all the time. That's proof right there that men are not supposed to be led by women, right? Lord willing, man, this video lesson was edifying.